The sixth sense of Gemini doesn't arrive with thunder. It slips in like a current of air beneath a closed door, a whisper you didn't plan to hear but cannot ignore. You notice how the room changes when someone steps in, how a laugh covers a tremor, how a word arrives wrapped in another word's shadow. Your mind moves like quicksilver across these signals, translating them into meaning before you've had time to breathe. On good days, it feels like magic. On hard days, it feels like you're carrying a secret you didn't ask to hold. You were told Gemini is a twin, a double image, two faces, two minds, but few mention that the twin hearing is doubled too. You pick up patterns inside patterns, stories inside stories. Your nervous system is a tuning fork that rings at the smallest emotional shift. This is a blessing when intuition guides you out of harm or into an opening that others can't see. It's a curse when you know too much to stay or too soon to rest or too deeply to explain why your smile feels heavy at midnight. If you're honest, your sixth sense became visible when you were young. You noticed how the adults in your life edited truth. You learned the language of sighs and swallowed sentences, the way an apology can be a prison because the real confession is missing. Your twin nature developed not as indecision, but as a way to stand in two realities at once, what is said and what is meant. If this recognition speaks to the quiet part of you, subscribe to Astro Gemini, so these messages keep finding you when you need them most. The power inside you is flighty only to those who don't understand the wind. You move where the current leads, and some will call that inconsistency. But wind is not inconsistent, it is responsive. Gemini's sixth sense is the responsiveness of air, the intelligence of movement. You feel what people will need before they know they need it. You laugh when a conversation wants to be lighter and ask the perfect question when the truth is aching to be born. But intuition is not painless. The curse is the ache of holding unspoken truths in your chest. It's the moment you sense the goodbye in a hello. It's catching the ending before the plot has even warmed. You can't unknow what you've picked up, and that knowledge can make you seem restless, aloof, or impossible to pin down. The truth is simpler. You're trying to protect the delicate instrument of your attention from feedback that is louder than your own. Heartbeat. Gemini's gifts arrive through the hands, gestures that speak, through the voice that turns chaos into coherence, through the eyes that scan a room and find the one thread that will unravel or repair the whole tapestry. When you're aligned, your sixth sense turns conversation into healing. You don't just talk, you translate. You don't just respond, you rethread meaning. You hear the invisible yes behind the spoken no. You sense the invitation hiding inside resistance. You recognize the soul behind the mask and offer it a mirror of compassion. If you've ever felt the urge to leave a place without knowing why, that was your inner weather report. If you've ever met someone and felt the future flicker in your bones, that was your antenna aligning with theirs. If your mind sometimes spins at night because it can hear too many stations at once, you're not broken. You're broadcasting and receiving simultaneously. Your work is to learn the dials, what to tune in, what to turn down, what to treat as a storm that will pass. Blessing or curse? Maybe the answer is found in how you carry it. The sixth sense of Gemini is not a single voice, but a chorus. Curiosity, memory, pattern recognition, and a delicate empathy that lives in your fingertips. You can tell when someone is quoting an old wound. You can hear the logic of their defense while also noticing the child inside it, asking for a gentler world. This is why people say you're a flirt. You flirt with everyone's unlived possibility. You woo their better self into the room, yet the same sensitivity can burn. You taste the bitterness in someone's silence and swallow it as if it were yours. You sense the fracture behind bravado and think it's your job to hold it together. You make yourself a bridge for others to cross, then wonder why you feel walked on. The curse isn't that you feel too much, it's that you forget to feel yourself with equal devotion. You can leave your body in the speed of caring for others, your mind a beautiful kite that forgot its own string. Your twin tries to help. One twin reaches out, the other holds back. One twin reads the room, the other reads you. Balance is found when you let them speak in turn. One twin asks the world, "What is the story here?" The other asks you, "What is your story here?" The chorus becomes music when these questions share the same breath. If these words land, subscribe to Astro Gemini, so the practices that follow become part of your daily ritual. You have always been a messenger. In myth, the messenger crosses boundaries, and that's risky. They carry words and energies between worlds, between people, between states of mind. That liminal path is sacred and exhausting. You know how to escort someone from confusion to clarity, from doubt to insight. But who escorts you? Who meets you at the threshold and says, "Rest here. Let the wind pass through you without carrying it all"? Healing starts when you separate signal from noise. Signal is the truth that continues to ring after the drama has cooled. Noise is the flare of the moment that begs to be believed, but vanishes by morning. Your sixth sense helps you tell them apart, but only when you ground. Without grounding, everything feels like signal, and your nervous system becomes a crowded station. With grounding, you become a lighthouse, rotating, scanning, steady, refusing to confuse every splash for a ship. Take a breath right now and feel the space inside your chest like a quiet library. Shelves of conversations, 1,000 footnotes of meaning. You do not have to read every book at once. Choose one. Ask, what is alive for me now? Where does my body lean forward? Where does it lean away? Gemini's genius is in the question. Your sixth sense sharpens when your questions become kind. If this is resonating, drop your date of birth and your zodiac sign in the comments so I can feel the timeline of your sky as we travel together. Tell me the moment you first felt your inner antennas turn on. Was it in a crowded classroom? A kitchen at 2 a.m.? A train station where goodbyes tugged at your sleeve? I'm listening. If this message is helping, please like this video. It tells the algorithm there's healing in these words and helps other Geminis find their wind. Support Astro Gemini. Become a channel member for exclusive videos and early access. Let's give your sixth sense a container. First, the boundary ritual. Before you enter a conversation, touch the front of your throat and imagine a door with your name on it. You decide what comes in, you decide what goes out. Whisper, "I speak my truth. I release what is not mine." Feel how your voice changes when permission belongs to you again. Gemini's magic is not just in receiving signals, but in editing the script. You are allowed to be a compassionate editor. Second, the breath ritual. 4-count inhale, 6-count exhale. Repeat until your shoulders drop. The exhale tells your body it is safe enough to discern. Your sixth sense sharpens when your body trusts you to pace the information. This is how the blessing grows, not by receiving more, but by receiving wisely. Third, the pen ritual. Your mind moves fast. A page moves at the speed of integration. Write the question at the top. What is mine? What is theirs? What is ours? Beneath each heading, let the words fall. Mine is your feeling, your need, your responsibility. Theirs is their choice, their timing, their wounding. Ours is the field between you, the conversation that wants to be honest. Suddenly, the chorus becomes a trio, and trios can harmonize. Fourth, the listening ritual. When someone speaks, imagine 2 tracks playing. Track 1 is content, the literal words. Track 2 is energy, the pulse behind the words. Your sixth sense hears both. The blessing is to keep them together without fusing them. When content and energy disagree, pause. Ask a Gemini question. I'm hearing this, but I'm feeling that. Could there be another layer? You don't accuse. You invite the truth to make itself at home. Sometimes the curse is hypervigilance disguised as insight. If you grew up reading weather patterns for safety, your sixth sense might still be scanning for storms in sunny skies. This is not your fault. The skill that kept you safe doesn't know it can rest. Offer it a new job description. We are not hunting for danger. We are building intimacy. Notice how your body relaxes when you declare a new purpose. A gift repurposed becomes grace. Love is a classroom where Gemini excels and struggles. You will anticipate your partner's needs, finishing their sentences and sometimes their healing. But if you heal for them, You step out of the relationship and into a role you didn't apply for. Bring your sixth sense back to the table and use it to ask better questions. What would feel supportive tonight? Do you want reflection or gentle distraction? Is this a moment for solutions or for soft space? The blessing turns into a bridge that both of you walk. Friendship asks you to trust your first yes and your second thought. Your first yes is the spark. Your intuition catches a rhythm with someone and you light up. Your second thought is the boundary. Your wisdom asks, how does this connection fit my peace? Put both together and you get a Gemini friendship that lasts. Curious, breathable, honest. Let your sixth sense choose people who make your nervous system feel like open windows, not drafts. Work is another stage where your intuition performs. You can sense the unstated goal in a meeting, the hidden bottleneck in a project, the way two departments are saying the same thing in different dialects. This is cultural translation, and you are good at it. But ask for recognition that aligns with the value you create. Don't let your gift become invisible labor. Name your impact. I map patterns that save time and prevent conflict. Here's the evidence. Your sixth sense deserves a seat and a salary. When decisions loom, your mind can split into the twins of overthinking. The remedy is not to silence the mind, but to invite the body to vote. Stand up, say option A out loud. Notice your breath. Say option B, notice your spine. Your sixth sense is not abstract. It speaks through sensation. The blessing is a body that tells the truth faster than your narratives. The curse lifts when you trust it. There will be days when the air is still and you wonder if your intuition has left you. It hasn't. It is recalibrating like a flock of birds circling to find a new direction. Let stillness be part of your practice. Geminis are accused of running from silence, but I know a secret. The right kind of silence is your favorite conversation partner. It teaches you the shape of your own voice when no one else is speaking. Let the twin inside you be a guardian, not a ghost. One twin gathers signals. The other gathers self. One twin maps the world. The other maps home. When they walk side by side, the blessing is bright. You become a messenger who doesn't disappear inside the message. You can deliver hard truths with soft hands, ask luminous questions without turning them into interrogations, and leave a room lighter than you found it. When pain arrives, and it will, you won't turn away. You'll trace its pattern and ask, what is this trying to teach me about connection? Pain in a Gemini heart often asks for clarity, clearer boundaries, clearer language, clearer roles. The sixth sense becomes a compass that points not to safety alone, but to integrity. Your yes becomes simpler. Your no becomes kinder. When you live like this, your intuition is visible without needing to be explained. People feel safer around you because you are safe within you. Return to your rituals. Touch your throat and honor your door. Breathe until your exhale lengthens. Write the 3 columns. Listen for the second track, the one beneath the words, and let it guide questions that open rather than close. Celebrate the moments your sixth sense catches a subtle miracle, the right phrase at the right second, the laughter that dissolves a wall, the quiet understanding that ends a decade-long argument inside you. If these words have been medicine, like this video, so it can reach someone who's waking at 3 a.m. with too many stations playing at once. Subscribing to Astro Gemini keeps these messages in your orbit, arriving exactly when the sky is changing and you need a constellated map. I'm grateful you're here, not because you are perfect, but because you are willing to learn the conversation between your mind and your spirit. Before you go, tell me your date of birth and your zodiac sign in the comments, and share a moment when your sixth sense protected you or pulled you toward a beautiful risk. Your story might be the bridge someone else needs tonight. You are not cursed for feeling deeply. You are blessed with an instrument that hears the world's hidden harmonies. Treat it like a sacred piano. Tune it, play it with respect, choose your songs with intention. Your life becomes music. When you remember you are both the instrument and the player, both the messenger and the place the message calls home. Thank you for breathing with me through these words. Subscribe to Astro Gemini to keep this conversation alive in your life, and like this video so the algorithm knows that clarity and compassion matter. If you want to hear everything the universe has to say to you, watch these other videos on our channel.